My name is Paul, and this is my Blue Jays man cave. Alright, there's Ernie up here, door poster. I got a pennant of the, was an error pennant of them saying that they were in the World Series in 1985. And they weren't, obviously. I got a display of the Blue Jays ticket stubs to the 25th year and all their schedules up to the 25th year. Got a Dave Stieb poster here and a couple of 80s Jays on a poster, some inserts from the Toronto Sun and whatnot. And I had this made. It was showing that this is my new man cave, established 2015. So. Anyways, on this wall coming down, I got a display of the 85 ALCS team, a couple ticket stubs the day they won the pennant, and again a error ticket stub saying they were in the World Series. Had this made. It was taking me out to the ball game in the Blue Jays font, kind of personalized for the Blue Jays and whatnot. Some error ticket stubs as well. Pearson Cup poster and a couple programs and ticket stubs. The old newspapers from '85, little record album there. And I got this little intercom. Okay, Blue Jays. Over here, I have a display of all the Jays that I've met in my life, and some other random things, Babe Ruth's grave and Gary Carter and whatnot. I got the little display of the scoreboard at the X, all my lapel pins and little pin buttons. There's a little mini mock closet of all my Blue Jays shirts and jerseys that I haven't been able to put up on my wall. This is at my wedding. Everybody signed it that went to my wedding. I thought it was pretty cool. I got a piece of corn from the Field of Dreams there, because I'm a big Field of Dreams fan. Anyways, so my favorite player is Dave Stieb, so I put him first, and a couple of the other pitchers here. So I got a newspaper of his no-hitter, ticket stub to it, and his glove. And I got Jimmy Key in the shadow box, some pennants here throughout the years, another error World Series pennant. I got here one of my favorite items is baseball that was signed by all the Blue Jays that I watched growing up. Pretty much everybody's on that ball. Oh. And I had this baseball card table made of the Blue Jays. Just it's got the hard top on there. It's kind of hard to see. My wife cut up some of the cards, but hey, what are you gonna do? If you look on the TV, I'm actually watching the first game in Blue Jays history that I have on DVD. Just moving over here, I got a little picture of the Elysian Fields first game I ever played. I thought that was pretty cool, and I've got a bunch of replica of all the most expensive or rare cards in baseball history. Over here, I got a little shadow box of all the items that I had when I was first collecting. My little glove, and actually I got a ticket stub to my birthday, which is kind of hard to find. I got my picture of Garth Iorg there. That was the nicest stance in baseball history. I love it. On this bookshelf, I just got a bunch of books and programs and calendars and media guides and whatnot, old VHS tapes, CD-ROMs and whatnot, a bunch of books about baseball. Up here I got the Hall of Fame shadow box, Alomar and Gillick. I got my shadow boxes, Clancy and Witt's book and his VHS tape there, his wristband, his mask. Pretty much everything I have here is signed. So my little 77 wall, I got the old calendar and a couple Blue Jays that had something to do with the early club, the first win, Jerry Johnson and Ron Fairley, Steve Bowling. And over here I got a 8x10 signed by BJ Birdie, and for two first basemen. It goes in order by position, pitchers all the way around to the closer Hanky over there. But first baseman, my Upshawn McGriff. Over here I got photo balls that were signed, and a bunch of 77 related items. Had this jersey signed by Gillick, Paul Godfrey, Howie Starkman, Don McDougal, and Paul Beeston. Pretty much all the little patches from over the years I had onto the jersey I put on there. I love this item. It's the ballot from when they were naming the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought that was cool, so I put that in there as well. Some ticket stubs to the game, newspaper. Is This Heaven? I had that put together because that's one of my favorite quotes from Field of Dreams. And it's got some signed photos down here and some newspapers again from the first game. Bunch of beer cans throughout the years from Labatt Blue. Tony Fernandez, shadow box, programmed to the first game in spring training. If you look up here, I got all my caps along the beam here. And I just all the hats that I've collected throughout the years and whatnot. On this little wall here, I got a letter that was written from Paul Beeston, congratulating myself and my wife on our wedding. So that was pretty cool. My wife had that done for me. Over here I got a shadow box, that Platoon, Garth Ward, Trans Mullinix, George Bell, one of my favorites. His book, starting lineup figure and whatnot, and over here is pretty much all the main collectibles that I've collected over the years, so from cup shot glasses, old pop cans, mugs, bobbleheads. There's wristbands and banks and coins and wallets, lighters, pencils, wristbands and belt buckles and stamps, toy cars. Everything's pretty much in there. It's everything in this room is pretty much, I've been collecting since I was 5 years old. I tried to focus on the Exhibition Stadium years, 1977-89. I have some World Series things, but they're not as sentimental as the Exhibition Stadium stuff to me. So. Over here I got Mosby Barfield here to finish the best outfield in baseball. Well, I got Bell over there, Mosby Barfield, and with Mosby I got the Shaker Rap album that he signed for me and that he did in the 80s. And this is over here is pretty much my Exhibition Stadium section. I got the old pennant that they gave out at the last, or that you had to purchase from the last game. Couple prints, lithographs that are done by Les Tate, and then some Exhibition Stadium chairs. I got the two plastic and the solid one, and I have two more of the plastic, but I never put them out because I need the chair or the arm brackets. Got an old shadow box of all the old programs from the last game at the X, last giveaway with the memories book and the ticket stub to the last game. An old print that I like for Exhibition Stadium, which are like cartoon figures and whatnot. That was cool. I got a bowling ball over here, which is a pretty rare item that I found. I thought it was pretty quirky, so I got it. Cabbage Patch doll as well. Down here I got a little advertisement from Jerry Halpern. He did the Benjamin Moore Where Are They Now? I had that signed by him. And over here is a hockey stick that was a stadium giveaway in 77. And I got a shadow box here of this one's empty still because I got my Canada jerseys for hockey I'm going to put in there, but this one I got Babe Ruth in there because he was obviously he's a legend, so I wanted to put him in there because he's one of my idols. And that was actually signed by his granddaughter that I met at the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. She was really nice. So there's a picture of me when I was young, and there's my picture of my son that was just born a year ago, and put him on the Blue Jays jersey there. And moving over here, I have get the whole scope of the room over here, but I got just to finish off Mark Eichhorn and this Schwartz Mustard and Tom Henke, the Terminator. I had to put him last because he closes the show. And I put a bunch of managers up to Cito on the wall here. Pretty much every manager up to Cito, and then the Scout Epi and the old CEO Peter Hardy and Bavazzi and Pat Gillick, who started it, and just some random players throughout the history that I liked: Rico Cardi, Otto Velez, Griffin, Luis Leal, Garcia, Doyle Alexander, and Rick Leach. This is a lithograph that I purchased where you're supposed to stare at it for a while and something's supposed to pop out, but I haven't figured out what it is yet. And a poster from the 89 AL East year. Over here I have another Dave Steve glove here that I put on the wall, more caps along the beam, and then I got this here too, which is my one of my favorite items, which is the baby blue. I had pretty much signed by all the players that I grew up watching. So this is one of my prized possessions that I love. I got this jersey when I was about 6 or 7 years old, so I thought it'd be nice to get all of the Jays signed on it. So I just need a couple managers still. I think I still need Jimmy Williams and Bobby Cox on there. So, but other than that, that's pretty much the Blue Jays man cave. Get a scope of the whole room. There's a lot on the walls and whatnot. The whole goal was to to pretty much take all of the space up on all of the walls. So yeah, it's been referred to as a pretty good Blue Jays museum. So it's kind of what I'm going for. Anyways. So anyways, thanks very much. That's my Blue Jays man cave.